Up, Cancers, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, guys, so this is your third bonus video that I owed you from your birthday season. So you guys chose, how do you tap into your spiritual gift? So before getting started, I know that that's a very direct question to ask. So with everyone, it's definitely going to vary in regards to the gifts that we have, but I will say for the most part, each sign has certain things that they're just kind of known for and good, just good at. So for Pisces, for example, they are known as the most intuitive sign. So intuition can bring, a lot of gifts. Just with Tauruses, I'm a Taurus, there's a lot of stability and just nourishment that can naturally just come from a Taurian. So these are all ways that we can tap into healing others and just, focusing what we can delve into spiritually and what we're good at spiritually. So again, keep that in mind and just know everyone's path is definitely going to be slightly different, but overall, let's see what's going on. Now guys, this will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Cancer signs. Okay. And just know guys, you could always catch daily energies on my Instagram, High Vibrations 44. So I post them every day. You can see what's going on in your day and you will find those on my story. Well, let's see. How does a Cancer tap into their spiritual gift? So what is a Cancer's gift? What can you guys as a whole do to change this world? From what, and I'm going to pull cards as I talk about this, my father's a Cancer. And just with the Cancers that I know in my life, my son's father's a Cancer. So I've seen the good and bad of Cancer. I really feel like you guys have such a natural ability to tap into something emotionally. So yes, you can have that empathy, but I feel like you guys really, really feel things, okay? People look at you and say, Cancers can be emotional sometimes. And it's like, well, when you feel so much, how can you not be in certain cases, All right, guys. So the energy that we have here is the Six of Wands. This talks about success, celebration, just bringing in a whole bunch of good things, showing that just with these energies here, you have the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles, being in a place where you can kind of learn to cut bullshit out of your life and learn how to be just very stable and just nourishing those around you and being able to see things for what it is, okay? And now it could be that your real gift is to cut illusion out of our lives, being able to look at something that's false and seeing it for what it is. Why is the Seven of Cups here? The Nine of Cups came up. Five of Pentacles dropped. Okay. Yeah, I totally see this. One more card. You have the King of Swords in the reverse. Now, with the Nine of Swords, this is when we're in our heads a lot, when we are anxious over things, when we just overthink things. It shows that there's going to be situations where there can be a lot of illusion, yet happiness may stem from it, even if it's not something that's genuine, okay? So when you're in a situation where you're happy with something that's false, having to realize that and having to cut it out and having to reject that. So whether it's you guys doing that in your life and that being a gift, and I think it is a gift to avoid shit and to just get out of anything that could be problematic, but it could also be that you help others to do so, okay? Being overly protective of yourself, even if it comes off as harsh, just so that you can remain stable, okay? So that could be something that you guys, not only do you do in your life, but it could be in your family life. Like, no, mom, I see someone trying to fuck you over. I'm going to step in and I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen. Like, this is not about to happen. Everybody who's in my circle is solid and they're protected, and I'm going to be able to pick up on the bullshit that comes in. Okay, so it's kind of like you guys are like that siren that goes off when something's not right. You're going to feel that. Okay, so let's see here. How are you meant to help others with this gift? How can you help others with this gift? Five of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles, Judgment card in the reverse. When there's certain things that end because somebody was false or there's just something that wasn't genuine, and you knew that it was a bad decision, whether it was your issue or someone else's, helping a person to get out of that. Literally restoring a person. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse. And we have the Fool card in the reverse. Helping people to stop going in a certain direction. Letting them know, look, this is not natural for you. This is too forced in your life. You're doing too much for this. This is a mistake. You gotta stop. Think about this. So being kind of like just that real friend that everybody needs. Now, I've seen the good in Cancers. I've seen the bad in Cancers. And even with Cancers that, let's say I knew them and I just, not that I don't get along with them because I just don't give anyone that sort of energy. I just cut people off. But even Cancers that I'm not friends with or just not cool with anymore, one thing I could say, you know, despite anything bad that may have happened, was that when I would tell them my stories, when I would share my pain or anything like that, I know that they truly understood. Not just oh, that's crazy. It's like, no, they felt it. They understood it. They were able to give good advice. I get along very well with Cancers for the most part, as long as, of course, they're not crossing me on a personal level. But just helping people to come out of situations where there could be sadness, depression, all of that, and giving them strength. That's a very powerful thing to do. And there's a lot of ways you can do that. You can be a therapist. You could just be that friend that people can talk to, but you're able to bring healing. And that's a very powerful thing, you know, regardless of which way you find to do it. What do you need to do to truly tap into this sense of knowing? How do you kind of become that siren for those around you? Like, what does a Cancer have to go through? Oop, all these cards are flying out. All right, the Nine of Cups and the Empress card in the reverse. These cards really just want to fly today. All right. High Priestess in the reverse. Ten of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. The main way is going to be through experience. You guys will get to a moment in your life where you allow something that you know is not good for you, but you just don't want to be real about it, okay? You're kind of turning a blind eye to it. Something that is so burdening, something that feels so heavy on you, and having to let that thing go. So the way, you know, and this is how most people tap into a spiritual gift, honestly. The most talented spiritualists that you'll ever find probably have the most heartbreaking stories. I know I wouldn't do what I do now if it wasn't for immense shit that I went through in the past. But that's what awakens you. Going through something that's burdening, going through something that's heavy that you know isn't good for you, and finally being able to leave it. But not so much just leaving it. I'm not saying that you leave the situation behind and then poof, some sort of light turns on and you know see the world in this 5D sort of way. No, it's moving out of that and finding a way to be happy without it. Taking that bad circumstance and making something good come of it. Letting one door close, but finding your way to be happy with the other door that you open. So it's mastery of letting go of what you know deep down inside isn't good for you, and truly learning how to be happy once that thing is out of your life. So truly mastering that. And how do you know if you master that or not? You know, let's say you're in a really bad relationship and you know there's so many red flags, and yes, you leave that relationship, but let's say something else comes into your life where it could be kind of similar, or you kind of see the same signs, yet you still get in it. You haven't mastered it yet. Mastery is saying, look, I don't give a fuck how cute you look or how handsome you are. You're trouble. And I see that you're trouble. So learning the lesson, mastering the lesson, and just being stable because now you've mastered that. So it's self-mastery, especially with emotion. But you guys have to go through pain. to get there. And who in this world can avoid pain? No one. Okay, we have the King of Cups in the reverse, the Three of Pentacles, Chariot, wow, Two of Cups, Four of Cups in the reverse. In this case, guys, Two of Cups, I strongly see as a strong sense of self-love. That when you're in a position where even if you feel burdened, even if you feel like the weight of the world is on you and you're upset or depressed, you're still able to you're still able to excel. You're still able to really move forward and make things happen for you. And you're able to do it in a quick way when you focus. Okay, so mastering your emotions and being able to show up when the emotions might feel heavier. Okay, King of Swords in the reverse, Three of Swords in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. What this says for me is when you guys get to the point, because most of the time, this is my least favorite card. I would say 99% of the time, this is my least favorite card in the entire deck in this position. But there's going to be that 1% of the time where it's not that this person is awful or abusive. This person is fed up, and this person has taken so much that now, yeah, they might seem like, a jerk because of how intensely they're protecting themselves, but it's because they've been pushed to that. So fiercely being protective of yourself, knowing what's a waste of time and effort, and allowing yourself to heal. Literally not allowing yourself to get into something that would be bad. Okay, when we're young, we go through stuff, I get it, but at a certain point, we can't feel bad for people. You can't. It's just like you've been through this time and time and time again, so I don't feel bad. So you have to be honest. The stuff that I put myself through, did I know better? All right, guys, so I'm gonna leave you off with some advice in regards to this gift. Whatever Spirit wants to say, whatever wants to come out, whatever message Spirit has for my Cancers. The Death card wanted to pop out, which talks about extreme change, shedding a layer of skin. Rebirth, too. Five of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Temperance card in the reverse. So whenever there's situations where your soul is not at ease, when you know that there could be a lot of recklessness, you protecting yourself in a very, very fierce way, especially if it's circumstances where you are able to add fuel to the fire, it's like you don't. So when you get to that place where something's wrong and you don't feel the need to feed into it anymore, that's what's really going to help you, just exuding this gift that you have. Five of Swords in the reverse. All the cards that talk about fighting and all of that in the reverse, talking about, no, you don't want to get into this. You don't want to fight, you don't want to argue, you don't get involved in it, you just don't let it grow. You don't move forward with that. Okay? Listening to your soul. So yeah, I see you guys being able to be very, very stable, but sorry guys, it cuts me off sometimes. But yeah, again, I see the possibility for any Cancer to be very stable, but just having to make sure that you don't accept anything that could deceive you, could really just break your heart, could stab you in the back. Okay? Going hermit mode on the things that make you feel like you're losing out in life. All right? So literally, to keep this gift and to build this gift is to just not deal with the bullshit. Simple as that. All right? So Cancers, I love you guys so much. I'm glad I have all your bonus readings out. The next video I put up for you guys will be August mid-months. And then, yeah, if you guys would like a personal reading, I offer full readings. I offer emergency readings if you need something very quickly, and then quick question options where I send you back like a 1 to 2 minute long video based on each question that you get. But there's no limit on how many questions you guys can buy. Typically, I get those back within 5 days. I don't always work weekends, so I do exclude weekends in that, but I try to get these out at least within like 2 to 3 days most, all right? So guys, I love you. I'm here. Take care.